I'm going to talk to you about a manipulation tactic that people use, and it's called blaming. So I'm going to talk to you about people who are blamers. How do blamers manipulate you? Well, they refuse to take any responsibility for their own actions, their own feelings, their own beliefs, their own choices. So they shift the responsibility onto you. And they do this by blaming you for their choices, their thoughts, their actions, their feelings, blaming you for everything that they do. And if it's not you, it will be someone else. I like this scripture. Proverbs 19:3 says, "A man's own folly ruins his life, yet his heart rages against the Lord." And not only against the Lord, but against the people in his or her life. And 1 John 1:10 says, "If we claim we have not sinned, we make him out to be a liar, and his word has no place in our lives." So guess what? There's no way that someone can claim that he or she is without fault, because there is no one alive that is without fault. Everyone has a certain amount of fault. So these blamers shift responsibility manipulatively onto other people, onto other things, so that they don't have to take responsibility. Now, you are going to experience with them a number of things in a relationship. You will not have any resolution of conflict. You will not have your needs and hurts acknowledged. So if you say, "You hurt me by what you did," then there is still, you will not get, "I'm sorry." The person will not look at himself or herself to see if something was done wrong that can be apologized for. So you're just not going to get that with somebody who blames. You're never going to get that person to say, "I'm sorry, I was wrong." Also, you're going to experience anger toward the situation, towards the person for not acknowledging your hurts and taking responsibility. You're going to be confused because you're going to wonder, is this my fault? Is it not my fault? You're going to maybe after time start to take on some of the blame, which is typically what happens. So there will be confusion. There is going to be pressure from you for you to give in. You're going to experience disrespect from the person that's blaming. And after a while, you're going to get to disrespect the blamer because you're going to feel like there's nothing to respect because the person doesn't take any responsibility. You're going to experience manipulative interactions where the person is criticizing you and accusing you of things, and you're going to desperately think, what can I do to come up with what I call magic words, the magic words to get this person to finally take responsibility and accept the blame for the situation and not put it onto you. So a blamer is not going to change until a blamer is ready to face the truth. And it may take a while. Some people never face the truth about themselves. So what can you do? When a person starts to blame you, the best things to do is pretend you have a shield. You have a shield up in front of you. And when the blame darts come, you put up the shield and the blame darts hit the shield and fall to the ground. So you don't take on the blame. In other words, you're detaching from the blame. You don't take it on. You say, person is trying to blame me for his actions or her actions, or for his or her own feelings. I'm not responsible for those. That person is responsible for those. I'm putting up the shield. The blame arrow falls on the ground, right? So you're going to make sure that you don't let the arrow hit you. If you don't let it pierce you, you're not going to feel like it's your fault. Now, how are you going to know it's not your fault? Because you are responsible for your actions, your feelings, your thoughts, your beliefs, your choices. The other person is always responsible for his or her own thoughts, feelings, actions, beliefs. You are not responsible for any of those, okay? You're each responsible for your own. So you look at what you are responsible for, what the other person is responsible for, look at your choices, look at the other person's choices, and assign responsibility where it falls. Okay, so the best thing that you can do when you're dealing with somebody who's manipulatively blaming you is to hold up the shield and not let the blame arrows come on you. Just let them fall to the ground. You are not responsible for other people's choices, feelings, thoughts, actions, or beliefs. Okay, now, what if you did something wrong? You say, well, I feel like I was kind of out of line. Then you are responsible for your action. But are you responsible for how the other person feels and reacts to it? No. The other person is still responsible for his or her action, for his or her reaction, and even for the feeling and how the person responds to the feeling. But you are responsible for the action. So you own what's on your side, the other person owns what's on his or her side. That is how you can let go of manipulative blame. So thank you for watching this video on Change My Relationship. If you want more videos on manipulation and dysfunctional relationships, check out my YouTube channel and also my website, changemyrelationship.com, for my books and studies and free devotionals. Thank you.